What's going on, everyone? My name is Twig, and today we are reviewing a fast-paced single-player FPS titled Mullet Mad Jack. It was released about 2 weeks ago, and so far, almost everyone who plays this game absolutely loves it. Even though I've gotten sick recently, I want to give my thoughts on Mullet Mad Jack, as well as talk about my journey to getting all achievements for it, which may shed some insight when or if you decide to pick this game up. To get my usual stuff out of the way, I review games that I get all achievements for. I post my written reviews on Steam, and starting earlier this year, I've been uploading video format reviews here on YouTube. So if you'd like to follow along, feel free to add me on Steam, join the curator group on there, or subscribe on here. I really appreciate all the support lately, especially on the Ghost of Tsushima video. But, okay, yeah, let's get into this review. The year is 2090, the internet and mankind have merged into a new being that needs dopamine every 10 seconds or else it will die. Super rich AI robots called robillionaires have taken over the world, and it is the job of the moderators to take them out. The catch is they have to put their life on the line 10 seconds at a time to kill the robots on every given level. You take the role of a moderator named Mullet Mad Jack and fight your way to complete your mission in hopes of rescuing a girl kidnapped by a robot villain, wanting to do some blood ritual on her, and obtaining a prize that all moderators seek: new shoes. As you ascend, your journey is being live streamed to the world, and you get time added to your clock with every kill you get, and bonus time depending on how you kill them. With your phone in your left hand, showing the live stream and your health timer, and your gun in your right hand, you make your way through levels blasting enemies in a rush. Gameplay is very fast, your clock is always ticking, and hits by enemies reduce the time drastically. There are a variety of difficulties to play. You have no timer mode, insane mode, which is like easy, normal mode, which is recommended by the devs, challenge, hard, and permadeath mode. I'll talk more about these in the next section of the video, but I think they created a variety of gameplay experiences to be had with each difficulty, which is super cool. There are numerous types of enemies: regular pistol robots, shotgun robots, drones, chainsaw guys, samurai ghosts, shield guys, machine crawlers, ball mine drones, and laser spiders. I don't think I left anybody off, but there are quite a few different enemy types. The environmental hazards like the lasers, electric floors, and lava pits are pretty much just as much of a threat as the bad guys are, though. Literally on my hard mode run, I died so many times by the lasers it isn't even funny. With 9 chapters in total, the object of the game is to climb this building level by level to reach the top and rescue the hot anime girl. After each level, you get to pick between 3 things: a weapon upgrade, a skill upgrade, and a character upgrade. The upgrade abilities are things like a lollipop, which will add a second to your overall timer, laser jammer to cut laser damage in half. You can pick up from a dice to give extra crit chance, stuff like that. There are a ton of different upgrade abilities that you get access to the higher up you get into the tower, and they stack up over the course of each chapter before resetting on either completion of the chapter or on death. Choose between the MAC-10, a pistol, shotgun, assault rifle, railgun, or katana to use, depending on what you roll, and you get a percentage chance of a special gun to show up in your item pool after beating the game the first time through. Every 10 floors you face a boss to end the chapter, and then you reach a checkpoint so that if you die, you don't have to go back to floor 1 unless you're on permadeath mode. There are permanent upgrades that you can pick up on your first playthrough. These just enable you to get rank 3 weapons in your shop rotation, the ability to keep your last upgrade in your new life, and the button option to reroll your after level ability upgrades. As you play through each level, you will run into things that you can pick up to melee enemies that will refill your timer completely, and also you can pick up drinkable items that will also add time and give you moments of invincibility, which is crucial to surviving different stages on the higher difficulties. The controls are super simple: dash with left shift, shoot with left mouse click, and reload with the R key, and then you can use right mouse click for melee or also dash as well. The flow of the game ties really well into the rhythm of the music, with levels able to be finished in some cases under 30 seconds. My first playthrough was on normal, realizing about midway through that I probably should have started on challenge because of the difficulty and the fact that there isn't an achievement associated with completing the game on normal. Most people will probably play on normal first and then skip right over insane difficulty because insane is basically easy mode and normal is what the devs have recommended newer players play at. But if you're experienced with first-person shooters, you could probably handle going through on challenge first. It is a step up in difficulty because there is reduced reward time for kills, bosses start to do double damage, and you can definitely feel the jump between the two difficulty levels, normal and challenge. After your initial playthrough, you will go into endless mode where you do exactly that, face endless levels of enemies. No timer mode has, of course, no timer, but it plays more like a traditional boomer shooter where you just have your life and you're not rewarded with time for kills. It is an easier game mode, but in turn feels like a completely different game altogether. Hard mode increases the difficulty from challenge. Hard mode is a little hard. Enemies hit harder, and you are not rewarded any time for normal kills. Headshots only give 1 second, and environment kills only give 2. Bosses do double damage just like in challenge mode, and there are less soda machines and melee finisher items. There is also a permadeath mode, but no achievement is associated with it, so it's just an extra mode to play for fun. It's kind of like a roguelike with no checkpoints. You have 1 life and the same restrictions as challenge mode with less seconds on stylish kills, and bosses still do double damage. It could make for some fun runs once you complete the game and learn the ins and outs. With there being 48 total achievements in this game, most of them come naturally just by playing through the game on normal difficulty, picking up all the weapons and upgrading them, and by choosing all the upgrades. After your initial playthrough, some achievements that I still had left were, of course, beating the game on the other difficulties, getting S rank on 1 chapter, and kicking 1,000 enemies. S rank can easily be done in no timer mode just by focusing on killing all the robots. I think I did it in chapter 1 after starting no timer mode. Kicking the 1,000 robots just takes multiple runs, which you'll get over time. And then beating the game on the challenge and hard mode will just take you grinding through the levels chapter by chapter. I found myself completing 10 levels and then taking a short break before picking it back up again. After you've played the game, the levels start to repeat themselves and you recognize enemy patterns and strategies to get through each level. The only reason this game would be somewhat harder to 100% is because of hard mode, because it really focuses on headshots and getting those ability upgrades to increase time with kills. As long as you stick with it and focus on 1 chapter at a time, you'll be able to get through it. I played just a chapter or 2 of this game on the Steam Deck since I was recording most of it on my PC, but my brother 100% this game completely on the Steam Deck, which is pretty crazy. He said his experience was great with it and it ran insanely well. We didn't have any trouble with FPS or anything. It isn't shown as verified on Steam, so this was a surprise that the menu and everything looked great. Overall, this game was a blast to experience and beat. I love the art style as it really drew me into the game. I like the retro stuff and the soundtrack is literally perfect. I enjoy fast-paced combat, and this game does a great job at giving you a rush to make you play to stay alive, even if you have 1 second of life left on your timer. The power-ups feel rewarding. I do wish there was the ability to have more rerolls somehow, like in some roguelikes when you get abilities, but it isn't a negative by any means. Guns were all fun to use, especially when they get to rank 3. Cutscenes were cool, like a 90s classic anime. The price point seems great, $20, and I put about 11 hours or so into getting this game perfected. The different difficulties really changed the way you play the game. No timer being more like a normal shooter versus hard mode, feeling like you're fighting for your life every millisecond. It makes you almost look at the game in a completely different way by managing the environmental ways to kill enemies along with your gun, maximizing your time to get through each level. I had a blast playing through this one. It feels like this game came out of nowhere and it has opened me up to other titles that Mullet Mad Jack was probably inspired by, like Post Void and Force Reboot. So now I'll have to check those out and give them a shot. Well, thank you again for those of you sticking around this far in the video. I appreciate you watching. I'm going to get to working on the next game as soon as this video is uploaded. If you want, like, comment, subscribe, add me on Steam, all that fun stuff, and I will catch you all in the next one. Have a great weekend. Peace.